All right, what's up, guys? My name is Foxy Zincolau, and this is the Calm and Profitable podcast, so where we talk about how you can enjoy more leads, sales, and profits without hating your good-looking self. So today, I would like to review an email from Nathan Crane. It's an affiliate email where he's promoting Jonathan Otto's ebook. So I'm not sure if the email was written by Nathan's team or Jonathan's team. So yeah, I'm not sure about this. But anyway, I was checking out the email and I thought there were like a lot of areas, there were a lot of opportunities to improve things. So yeah, that's what I would like to do in this podcast episode. Now, I like to start like those episodes with the following disclaimer. I have no freaking clue how the email performed. I have no clue if Nathan or Jonathan were happy with the email. I have no idea how busy the copywriter who wrote the email was, and on and on and on. And I do this because it's very easy nowadays to complain about some type of about an email, a sales page, an ad that you see. You can People can always like point out things that they don't like, but unless you have data, yeah, man, you just sound like a buffoon saying that, oh yeah, this doesn't work for whatever reason. So my goal with this is not to insult whoever wrote this email. I'm just using my experience after writing like over like 3,000 emails for my clients and my own businesses. And yeah, I mean, I would like to share like those areas of improvement that could be, yeah, those opportunities for improvement, if you will. So yeah, with that said, let's get started. Now, the email didn't have a preview text, so yeah, we don't have. I mean, I'm not gonna talk about it. And as always, let's start with the subject line. Now, the subject line is, and by the way, I would also be, I'll try to make this easy for you to consume, either if you're watching the video or if you're listening to the podcast. So we will see how this goes. So anyway, the subject line is 4,000-year-old herb has miraculous healing properties. All right. So the subject line here is once again like the proven framework of using curiosity and a benefit. All right. But it's one thing to use a framework and it's another thing to do it like productively. All right, so the curiosity component here, yeah, I mean, you could say that it's like the 4,000-year-old herb. You could also say that this thing, like, okay, the 4,000-year-old herb is, yeah, some kind of a mechanism or a vehicle, as Ning Li would say, a well-known copywriter. But yeah, I mean, it's the thing that gives the benefit, all right? And there's also like a little bit of curiosity saying that it's a 4,000-year-old herb, all right? Now, here's where the problems begin. The the term 4,000-year-old herb, especially in alternative health, yeah, it's been beaten to death. So it really doesn't stand out. So yeah, I mean, people have been they have been reading and hearing about like amazing herbs like for decades now. So if you would like to stand out, you will need to try a little bit better. Okay, so and it's not a number. It's not a case about using like different numbers. Okay, if you even if you said like 10,000-year-old herb, yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be like more powerful than saying 4,000-year-old herb. So you need to find something that differentiates it. Plus, to be honest, I'm not sure if I would even use the word herb because, again, it's something that people have heard like a million times. Another example is if you say a vitamin. Yeah, people, yeah, have it was saying vitamin or yeah made sense like a few decades ago because it wasn't a term that has been used again and again and again. But nowadays, yeah, I mean, vitamin is just I mean, people are not gonna get interested with it. Same thing goes for herb. All right, and yeah, that's one. The other thing is that we have the benefit of the subject line, which is has miraculous healing properties. And once again, we go back to an issue that I have mentioned in the past. Okay, imagine your prospect waking up in the middle of the night, slapping their forehead and saying, "Oh my God, I wish I could." X. And X is like what they want. All right. So nobody is going to wake up in the middle of the night and say, oh my God, I wish I could find like something that has miraculous healing properties. No, that's very generic. Okay. Ideally, you would like to pick like one benefit that really is going to resonate with your readers. So we will see later in the email that they have like a bunch of different benefits. Yeah, I mean, you could pick like one of those. So maybe you could say, I wish I could find something that will soothe my heartburn. I wish I could find something that's gonna help me with leaky gut. So yeah, if you take those benefits that are like a little bit more specific, yeah, the subject line becomes way more powerful. So again, saying 4,000-year-old herb helps with leaky gut. I'm not sure if I would use the verb help. Yeah, I mean, we would probably need something more powerful, but you could tell that since it's more specific, it's also more powerful. All right. Now, some might say, yeah, you know what? We try to cast a wide net and we try to like grab everyone. Yeah, you know what? If you try to appeal to everyone, you end up not appealing to anyone. All right. So that's, yeah, I mean, this is a decision you have to make. All right. When you're writing like the subject line, when you're writing ads, when you're writing emails, whatever. Okay. If you have data from your audience and you know that they're like interested in like a certain benefit, let's say, for example, again, they're worried about their leaky gut, you can write emails about like leaky gut, like, okay, almost daily, and they will eat it up. Then maybe you could try, maybe if you find that there's like a segment in your audience that just doesn't open up emails that talk about leaky gut, then maybe you could try talking about a different benefit. Okay, let's say for example, soothe acid reflux, and then this really helps you to take advantage of like a big list. All right, because yeah, I mean, some people will respond to one type of benefit, and then some people will respond to something else. All right, so yeah, I mean, definitely we could do like better when it comes like to curiosity, to the mechanism and the benefit. All right, so yeah, now moving forward, um you probably don't you can't see this like if you're listening to the audio, but we a little bit down the email we have like a very nice image. Okay, that's like a very attention grabbing. Okay, that's like something unique. So good job on picking an image, because yeah, I mean, if you're gonna talk about the herb and you can actually show some pictures of it, yeah, you need to make them as intriguing as possible. All right. So yeah, I mean, I have no clue what this herb is. So yeah, great job on picking the image. Now moving yeah, I mean, I shouldn't have talked about the image first, but yeah, I mean, it grabbed my attention. But anyway, let's see a little bit about the copy in the email. So the first sentence here, it says it's amazing dot dot dot. This one life-saving herb, which has been used as a natural medicine for over 4,000 years, can, and then it goes into the benefits. Now, I really like the first sentence of an email to be like as short and punchy as possible. Okay, so in this case, saying it's amazing, yeah, it's good. Could we come up with something like better? Probably, but yeah, I mean, it's really nice. It's a really nice idea to start with like a short and punchy uh, sentence. Why? Because when someone opens up your email, yeah, the first sentence is the first thing they're gonna see, right? And if it's like a wall of text, they're gonna feel intimidated, and they might not, and they might like skip reading the email. Yes, people's attention is fickle like this. So if you can start your email with like a very short and punchy sentence, or something that's like very attention grabbing, even if it's like longer than 3 or 4 words, yeah, do so. Okay, because it's gonna make it easier for people to keep reading your email. All right, so yeah, I mean, great job here again with the it's amazing sentence. Now here, I was going through the email while I was like preparing for this call, and I just want to point out something that's like very important. And yeah, I mean, it will probably force me to go into a little bit of a rant, but I think it's going to be protective. So if we read the email if we read like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, almost like 15 sentences, the first 15 sentences of the email, there's like a big glaring problem, okay? And I'm just gonna read you a few of the sentences, yeah, and then I will explain what the problem is. So we start with this one life-saving herb, which has been used as a natural medicine for over 4,000 years, can help the body regulate cortisol, the fight or flight hormone that regulates stress, lowers inflammation, and controls your body's metabolism, blood sugar, blood pressure, and saltwater balance. In fact, it's one of the main adaptogen herbs to help improve our stress response, which gives our adrenals a break. And then the email, I'm not just gonna keep reading because I think it can get like boring pretty easily. And then the email like goes on and says it can help reverse debilitating inflammation-based autoimmune diseases. It can help you boost natural immunity, combat viral bacteria, blah 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 blah. Okay, so here's the problem. Okay, you have a a fuck ton of benefits. Okay, you have plus like I don't know, like okay, this herb supposedly is like I don't know, like the god of supplements. Okay, the god of herbs. It can help you like do almost everything. Okay, this might sound cool when you're writing the copy, but you have to also think as your prospect. And you know what your prospect says when you have like so many benefits? Yeah, right. Okay, I don't believe you. Okay, in fact, this is something that Gary Bencivenga, one of the world's like top copywriters, said like, those are like the most powerful words and important words in advertising. It's not you and it's not free. It's yeah, right. So people don't believe you when you have like so many freaking benefits stacked together. Okay, if you want to make like your uh, claims more believable, you should also combine them with proof. All right. And this is like a thing that's really missing from the entire email, unfortunately. So we have like a bunch of benefits, but we don't have enough proof. And I would like to show you like another example of an ad, not an email, but an ad that really combines and has like a lot of proof. There's a dog barking in the distance. Hopefully, it's not gonna annoy you guys, but if it does, yeah, I mean, what can I do? Anyway, so yeah, an example that shows you how to use proof and also have like some decent benefits. This is an ad, and hopefully, yeah, this is a newspaper ad, and don't get turned off saying, "Oh, newspaper, oh, that's old school." Yeah, I mean, don't sleep on print advertising because people who use print advertising, they really need to know their numbers, they really need to be careful with what they say, they really need to exercise economy of words. So if they're gonna use a word in an ad that's gonna appear on a newspaper, on a magazine, or even like a direct mail piece, so it's like okay, pen and paper, they really have to be careful because if they exceed a certain number of words, they will have to pay way more money. You don't have this problem with an email or a sales page because you literally have like no limit. So if so print advertising is like very important for you to actually pay some attention if you really want to improve your conversions, make more sales. All right, so this is an example, and by the way, since I want to give credit where credit is due, I get this example from admoneymachine.com from Lawrence Bernstein. He has like a freaking amazing swipe file with lots of ads, sales letter, advertorials, anything you want. Yeah, Lawrence is the man. Very current, like not like old school examples that are good, but yeah, I mean, they might not be as relevant as today since you're not gonna see what works like today. But yeah, I get this example from him. And again, we're talking for you who are like gonna like listen to this on the podcast. Yeah, we're seeing like a newspaper ad, and I'm just gonna read to you the headline, and yeah, we will see what happens like proof wise. Weird herb shocks doctors with relief of leg and feet pain, burning, tingling, numbness. Okay, that's the headline. All right, and so far we have weird herb. Now, I think this helps the the claim stand out a little bit because weird herb is not something you will see all the time. 4,000-year-old herb, yeah, I remember seeing this again and again and again, but weird herb is a little bit unique, so it definitely stands out. Herb is not such a powerful word, but yeah, I mean, whatever. Then, weird herb shocks doctors. Now, the phrase shocks doctors is also very important, and it also adds a little bit of credibility in whatever you say, because, yeah, I mean, doctors are a credible source of information. So if they're shocked, yeah, they'll be probably be shocked because there's like some proof behind it. So yeah, we have this working for us. Now, with relief of leg and feet pain, burning, tingling, numbness, those are the claims, the benefits. So yeah, I mean, there's no proof there. And then we go to the subhead, which is also like packed with proof. 6 clinical studies show it is effective. There you go, 6, not 1, clinical studies. Now, I don't think that using the number 6 is that powerful, because people are very used to seeing like, oh, thousands of studies or hundreds of studies. So I would personally try and leave the number out, okay? Because 6 is not like a big number. It's not gonna make people say, oh wow, that's amazing. But anyway, since it's running on print on a newspaper, it's probably effective. Lost but now rediscovered. Again, this is like very good proof element, because one objection people are going to have in their head is like, okay, if it's so freaking cool, why have I not heard of it before? And there you go, it's lost, but now it's rediscovered. And then we move on. Thousands of new users report amazing relief from leg and feet problems in just 30 to 90 days. So thousands of new users, that's like a testimonial, very important. I also like the in just 30 to 90 days, because if you give like a time, you give like this time period, yeah, I think it also adds a small layer of proof. Not something like great, but yeah, I mean, I don't think it hurts. With no side effects, available in all 50 states without a prescription. Okay, so that's the headline and the subhead. And there's like a lot of proof elements there already. So yeah, I mean, we have like, I don't know, like 5, 6 proof elements, and we only have like, okay, relief of leg and feet pain. Okay, so let's say that's like 2 benefits, 2 claims. All right, so when you have like a lot of, if you have like 4 or 5 proof points, proof elements, and then you have like just 2 claims, yeah, I mean, your claim, your promise is gonna sound like way more believable, right? So this is like something to keep in mind. Now, of course, a you wouldn't use like a headline like this as a subject line, but just the habit of asking yourself, okay, how can I add more proof? How can I make my promises, my claims way more credible? Yeah, this really helps with whatever it is you're selling. And yeah, I mean, in the newspaper ad, we also have like a picture of a doctor, which this also adds some credibility as well, because yeah, I mean, it's like the message it conveys is that, oh yeah, we also have a real life doctor like advocating this herb. And there's also like a weird picture of something that we probably haven't seen before, that also adds a little bit of credibility. And by the way, a funny story, this is there's like a caption in one of the photos that says, in Greece in the 1600s, this herb was originally called horse herb. I'm Greek, I have no freaking clue what they're talking about. Okay, I have to read the ad to find out, okay, what the herb is. All right, so proof. I said that I'm gonna go on a tangent, on a rant here, but yeah, I mean, having proof, whatever, either it's like in your headlines, your subject lines, your emails, advertorials, sales pages, whatever, that's like very important, especially if you want to be believed by the people who don't know you that well. Okay, if you don't use like a lot of proof, yeah, the people who have been following you for a while, maybe they have bought from you in the past, yeah, they're gonna believe you. But that's like a very tiny segment of your audience. Okay, most people are not gonna believe you. They would like more proof elements, and yeah, if you don't provide them, yeah, they're not gonna believe you. So a big opportunity here for this entire email is to add way more proof points. Okay, talk about studies, find a new way to position this herb, find something that's like more exciting and it's unique compared to a 4,000-year-old herb. Maybe reference studies, maybe talk about like well-known people in the alternative health space that they support this herb. Find more ways to add proof, and yeah, people are not the people are way more likely to believe you. All right. So that's all rant over. Now, I think there are, let's see, yeah, there are like a couple more things that I would like to touch on. Yeah, I will be like very brief. So in the email, okay, we're talking about the herb. Okay, the subject line is about herb, and like almost like the first half of the email is about a herb, and then there's here's where it gets a little bit clunky. So we talk about the benefits of the herb, and then the copy says, I love that we have access to so many natural medicines that can reverse disease and heal our body, which is why my good friend Jonathan Otto, a renowned investigative medical journalist, filmmaker, and humanitarian, interviewed Dr. Henry Ellie and many other top doctors and health experts and gathered all of their valuable information to share with you in this brand new ebook. So there is a disconnect about me, okay? Because you try and build up, okay, how awesome this herb is, okay, and how like the amazing benefits, and then you talk about like an ebook, all right? There are a few lines of copy missing here that make you say, we know how valuable it's going to be for people to solve their x they're going to solve a b c problems by simply like consuming a tiny amount of this herb, and this is why we decide, and this information is invaluable. It would usually cost you like hundreds of dollars to get access to know how about this herb, where to get it, and how to consume it. But we decided to give it to you all free in this ebook. That's like, okay, heal your hormones. Okay, you need to make the transition from the herb to the ebook that you're promoting. Otherwise, people are gonna be like, wait, there's something missing here. Okay, it's a very small detail, but especially the people who are going to read the whole email. Let me close the door a little bit. But especially the people who are going to read the entire email and they're not like yet convinced about what you offer. They'll be like, wait, there's something missing here, and yeah, they're not going to like fill the gaps. Okay, they will be like, okay, this sounds like a little bit off, and they're not going to click. They're not going to respond the way you want them to respond. So yeah, be very careful about how you transition from whatever it is you're talking about in the body of the email to your call to action. Okay, that's all I had to say. All right. And then another thing that I would like to talk about is the image of the ebook. And this is like very important uh, because people don't understand like how graphics can affect their conversions. So we have an ebook here titled "Heal Your Hormones: Reverse Endocrine Related Disease, Thyroid Metabolism, Insulin, Blood Pressure, Stress, and Reproductive Hormones." Now we have on the cover two female hands. Okay, you can. I mean, I'm like almost like 99% sure that this is a woman holding her tummy. Okay, and I'm not sure if she identifies as a woman, as a man, as a dragon or whatever. But yeah, I mean, this is probably a woman. Okay, so here's the problem with this. If you use an image like this, you're gonna attract women, but you're gonna also probably repel men. Because when I saw the ebook cover, my first reaction was, oh, this is for women. I didn't read the copy. I mean, my behavior was, okay, I'm gonna open the email. I quickly read a few lines of copy, then I scrolled down, I saw the ebook, and I said, oh, this is probably for women. Okay, and again, this goes back to knowing your audience. If Nathan knows that, okay, my audience is like 70% women, okay, go ahead, no problem with having an ebook like a cover like this. But if you don't know, uh, okay, if you have like women, if you have like men, or if it's like 50-50, then you need like a gender neutral cover. Okay, and this is like a huge thing. People like don't actually realize this, and I also want to talk about something else. You're you have to remember that, okay, you're in business to make money. You're not like in business to make people's emotions feel good. All right. So you if you know that, for example, I don't know, maybe I don't know, maybe you just like your audience is full, is like 90% of your audience is like black women who have like at least like two kids, and you see that, you know that those, this is like the audience that responds to you, then you shouldn't use like any other type of graphic that has like nothing to do with your audience. So there's no point like creating an ad and then having like a happy white couple showing in the ad. Okay, your audience is like black women with two kids. So what you want to do, you want to have images of black women with kids, with two kids in their arms, like holding them, whatever. Okay, and again, no one, if you go to the bank, they're not going to ask you, oh, did you make sure to also have images of like white dudes in their 40s, or like Asian kids or whatever. No, I mean, they're not going to care. I mean, they don't care about those things. You shouldn't care about those things as well. So if you know what your audience is, then a cool way for you to increase like conversions without actually needing to be like to, without actually having to tweak your copy or whatever, you just like simply have to change a freaking cover or change like a simple picture and make the picture or the graphic match your audience. And if you do, yeah, you will definitely see your responses short. Because don't forget, a lot of people today are illiterate. Okay, even if they can read something, if they read something on the first sentence of an email and then they go to the fourth sentence of the email, they'll probably not forget what they read on the first sentence. Okay, that's a little bit sad about the education system, but it is what it is. But as people say, yeah, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So as I told you, the minute I saw the cover, I said, oh, this is probably for women. And I didn't spend like much time like reading the email. And yeah, I mean, even if I read it, if I read all the email, which I did like later, I didn't see like any specific mention about women and men, and I was still a little bit confused, thinking, okay, well, is this like for women? Is this like for men? Why is that? Like, okay, who chose like this graphic? So yeah, I mean, don't be afraid to use graphics that really match your audience, because then you will be very shocked to discover that this is gonna really help your conversions. Like, yeah, because people are gonna make like an instant decision and say, okay, this is for me or this is not for me. So you might as well make sure that, yeah, I mean, this decision is a positive one that's going to help your business grow. All right. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it about this email. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this. If you're like on YouTube or on some of the podcast platforms, don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, I mean, I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.